Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you how I made these nice gratitude jars. So I'm using this paper cutter to cut my vinyl. I'm using Tech Wrap vinyl and also Oracal. The pink is Tech Wrap Craft and the purple is Oracal 631, which technically is removable, but I think it's okay. I'm using my brayer tool to smooth it down and make sure it's flat on the mat. And now I'm breaking out my Cricut to cut out my design. I have two different designs for two different jars. As you saw, one of them is for me and one of them is for my husband, to fit our personal styles and color preferences, I guess. But yeah, the purpose of these jars is for us to kind of work on our gratitude and make sure we are, being intentional every day and thinking of something positive that happens to us in our day. So, you write down something good that happened that day and you put it in the jar. Anyway, now I'm weeding out my design. This one is mine, the pink one. My favorite color is pink. So, yeah. And I designed both of these on Canva. This was pretty easy to weed aside from one little part that got stuck. The star at the bottom just got a little bit stuck to the rest of the vinyl. Other than that, it was pretty easy to weed, so I then just have to take out all the little parts within the letters, and then that part's done. Now I'm going to go ahead and weed the other one. This is the Oracal. This was also fairly easy to weed, especially because considering this one's slightly more complicated because of the smaller designs and letters. So I had to be a little bit more careful while I was reading this. And unfortunately, I did lose some hexagons at the top, but honestly, it's fine. I wasn't that pressed about it. And I'm using two different weeding tools to weed both of these designs, depending on, how small the pieces were that needed to be weeded. Anyway, I pulled them off the mat, and now I'm using Cricut transfer tape to remove the vinyl from its backing, and I have my little scraper to get all the air bubbles out, and I'm just doing that for the second time with the other design. I really like the Cricut transfer tape. I feel like it's really easy to work with, and usually I'm able to remove the design really easily from the backing. Anyway, here are my jars, and I'm just cleaning them off with alcohol. And I'm going to start with my husband's design first. I removed it from the backing, and it was pretty easy. And I am now putting it onto the jar and smoothing it over, trying to make sure I get rid of all of the air bubbles and make sure it's all flat. So I'm using my scraper tool to burnish it and get any air bubbles out and make sure that it's really, stuck on there. And then I'm going to peel the transfer tape off of the jar. And that one's done, just making sure I smooth it over a little bit more just to be sure. But yeah, that one came out really nice. I'm really happy about it. And now I'm going to move on to mine. So again, cleaning off the jar with alcohol, get rid of any, dust or dirt, whatever. And just because I forgot to do this with the other one, but because this is not a flat surface, it's a little rounded, I like to just put these cuts into the transfer tape to make sure it'll give it some wiggle room kind of to be able to, avoid air bubbles in the design. So yeah, I'm just going ahead and smoothing and burnishing that design onto the jar. And then once that's done, I can remove the transfer tape with that one. And that one came out gorgeous as well. They're both really cute. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my first gratitude entry. So I'm just using some paper from this notebook that I've had for a while. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold the paper into 4 pieces so that I can have 4 different note cards, I guess. And I'm going to, write the date and then write what I'm feeling happy about for the day. My good thing is that I made my first crafting project of the year of 2025, which is this gratitude jar. So I, wrote up my gratitude note, but then I realized I forgot something I wanted to do, which was add a little ribbon to my jar, just, for some cutesy demure purposes. So I got this cute little pink / rose gold ribbon and tied a little knot onto it. You know, you definitely got to double knot that so that it doesn't get loose, okay? These ribbons are really slippy, so sometimes it can be hard to make your bow. But, you know, if you know how to tie a shoe, you know how to make a bow. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and try to get it, you know, as cutesy and not too big, not too small. And then I went ahead and cut the ribbons a little bit as well, as you'll see. And then I finished that, and now I can go ahead and put my note in my jar. So I'm just going to fold it up. And my goal isn't really to do this every single day, but I want to do it relatively often, like maybe 3 to 4 times a week. Whether I have a good day or a bad day, I want to celebrate, you know, the big things and the small things, and really be intentional this year about practicing my gratitude.